Welcome to Main Street Sports. I'm Cody. That's Kale. We are joined by the mythical legend, Levi. You've heard us talk about him a lot. We decided it was time to finally bring him on. So before we get started, don't forget, like, follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share us with your friends. A little bit coming up tonight. We're going to talk about Nebraska defensive coordinator search. Some crazy stuff continues to happen in the portal. Kansas State, Kleiman just up and leaves today on signing day. Penn State still doesn't have a coach. And we will get into some conference championship games. So, Kale, longtime friend of Levi, would you like to introduce our star of the show tonight?
Oh, geez.
Levi, man, he's a good friend of mine. Been basically grew up together essentially for a long time, and over in central Nebraska. Dude knows his freaking football. Really, it was a long time where me and him used to just shoot the shit all the time, like college football wise back in college. Like I remember like getting up just to watch College Game Day, through the old hangovers and all that stuff, but it was like we ain't missing College Game Day, so
Never.
watch all that together and stuff. And yeah, knows his stuff, man. Like I respect his opinion a lot when it comes to college football.
One of the things I've gotten to know Levi these last handful of years, one of the things I really appreciate is you never see him on the Saturdays after a Nebraska loss, or we'll put it out there. Levi's a big Notre Dame guy, so for you Notre Dame fans, this is going to be your guy. But he's never gotten, the fuck this, rule sucks, fire everyone. This dude has just stayed even keel, like, let me rewatch, see what I see. So, Levi, let's give us a little backstory on kind of the Huskers and Notre Dame and how it came to be for you.
Well, thanks for having me on, first of all. Long-time listener, first-time caller here, so I'm excited. No, this is fun, but no, it's just, like Kale said, just love sports, love college football, and love talking about it.
Dude, I have to say one story between me and Levi that I will never forget this. And I heard this game was referenced on the radio, or who was it? Was it like Benning and those guys maybe talked about it, but talked about the Oklahoma State game back in 2007-ish. Was that the one that emptied at halftime?
Oh, yeah.
One of those games emptied at halftime, and I remember I was at Levi's house that day, and we were back from college or whatever, and like instead of finishing the game, we ended up riding around on golf carts chasing turkeys in his backyard with like freaking tennis rackets. So,
oh yeah.
So anyway,
games.
So we'll get started. Our first topic is, we didn't get to it on Monday because obviously a lot of shit happened this weekend. Monday, Rule announced the firing of Coach Butler from Nebraska, leaving a gap in the defensive coordinator position. He came out in his press conference for signing day today, and he got asked about it. He said that Phil Snow and Mike Eckler will run the defense through the bowl game. It's not imminent that he hires a defensive coordinator because he wants to make the right hire. He doesn't want to just make a hire. So first off, we'll get into, what are you guys looking for in a defensive coordinator, and why is it someone that can stop the run?
Go for it, Levi.
Gosh, I mean, there you go. Someone that can stop the run, 100%. For Nebraska now, I mean, we got to have somebody that knows the conference, in my opinion. And not that Tony White didn't know the conference, and he did a great job. But just right now with what we have, I feel like somebody that knows the conference, knows it well, and is good with personnel. I think that was I think maybe that might have been John Butler's Achilles right there, was didn't know his personnel and what to do with. I mean, in my opinion, we should have been blitzing the hell out of people with not having a dominant defensive line, and we just didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't. The secondary to do that, in my opinion, as well. But
Yeah, it's I think you're kind of like when it comes to John Butler, like obviously the improvements we had with like the defensive secondary, like obviously the pass defense was well documented how well it was, but like
Mm-hmm.
we're not in a pass happy league, obviously. Like you got to be able to stop the run, and I think that there were some things that were said that oh gosh, you listen to so many people you forget who says
Yeah.
what. But like the whole like where John Butler he in the NFL like you have to manage the run. Like you have to just kind of
Mm-hmm.
manage the run defensively. In college you have to stop the run. I think it was actually Todd Blackledge that said that during the Penn State game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it was actually a shot at John Butler, like being like dude doesn't freaking get it down here.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like and that's I mean I think through a ton of games you've probably seen that kind of ring true a little bit like with the Iowa game and Penn State game specifically, but then also like I honestly thought that like Minnesota, I thought we kind of had it barreled in and boxed in early until the one run that they broke, and then it was just like KD bar to the door.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so I don't know. I agree with you. Like he doesn't know how to manage personnel, and I think that his attitude toward the conference and towards certain opponents stinks. Like it's never been said that he was the one that poo-pooed on the Minnesota game, but I think it was obviously implied.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. And then based on his reaction, I remember that thinking back to that press conference when they asked Butler about Rule's comments about that. You could tell it visibly. He was a little shook.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So everybody kind of thought then, yeah, maybe that was what he was talking about. Yeah.
So, what'd you guys think of? I don't know if you heard Rule's press conference today or not, but
Mm-mm.
so you guys are aware of though, a couple weeks ago before the Iowa game, Butler said we need to hit the portal hard.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are aware of those comments?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
Rule today went and said, I don't want to worry about portal. I want to develop high school kids from within and fill gaps. I don't want a coach that just wants to fill the roster with portal guys. I thought that was kind of a shot at Butler.
Sure.
yeah, that I was wondering. Gosh, somebody said that, and I wasn't sure which person said it in the text chain. That's I think when one of you guys, some of you were talking about it. I didn't know if it was Butler who had said it or not, but I'm glad that you actually spoke on that because, like, how bad of a precedent it sets to just tell your entire team, like, yeah, these guys can't win,
Yeah.
like, and we're not going to develop them. We're just going to go find other pieces. Like, that's a freaking NFL mindset,
Yes.
like.
Yes.
This is not the New York freaking Yankees where you can just buy all your freaking talent.
Whoa, come on now. We don't need to be taking shots. We're 8 minutes in.
Yeah, Notre Dame guy
Notre
over here is a
Dame too.
Yankees
Oh,
fan
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
No, that's very true. And yeah, he does have that NFL mind. Just like you were saying, he's trying to out scheme these guys when that's how we're getting beat right now.
yeah. It's
But
the thing that DB said. Did you watch that thing that Colin sent us? Like, or was that just to me and Cody? The deal, like, where he was on the Husker Sports Nightly or whatever, and he was talking about toughness and it being a mindset.
Yeah.
okay.
He
like,
sent it to all of us.
okay, so like I watched that piece and I really appreciated it because I just don't. This is why I just don't think NFL minds fit the college game. Like the NFL defenses are never to stop anything. It's just to try to limit and manage and wait for mistakes and all that kind of stuff instead of attacking. And actually, Levi, when you said when we were doing that hypothetical Husker team and you used the word on your defensive scheme, attacking 4-3. Like that was when the light bulb turned back on for me, was because I was like, yes, attacking.
Yes.
Like attack the offense.
Especially
Don't just
in the
freaking
Big
sit
Ten.
back and wait.
Yeah. Yeah. How many? I mean, there's not too many teams in the country, let alone the Big Ten, especially with this year's schedule. And that's why Tony White was so successful in Nebraska. I mean, he was attacking from every angle with all kinds of players. I mean, James Williams comes in incredible last year. What's he have? What do you have? One tackle? Like
One tackle this year for Florida State.
Yes, I mean, he was doing things he was playing people, and that was kind of the thing with Butler. Did we see many guys unless they were injured? on the
No.
core. No, not a lot. Not a lot.
I think that's the
Yeah.
one thing that really bothered me is I thought Deshaun McCullough had the highest ceiling in the world
Mm-hmm.
and what could have been in Tony White's defense with McCullough
Oh yeah.
irritates the crap out of me.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the reason why Tony White left officially? Like, I don't think I actually knew. Like what?
I think he just wanted out of Nebraska. I mean,
But why? But why has that ever come out?
no.
Not that. No. Nothing. No, like not even a rumor or anything.
Yeah.
Like that either.
Yeah, I mean, like, where there's any disgruntlement or anything like that. Like, I guess that's what I was. Like, I'm kind of.
So
I'm kind of.
I was wondering
driving
about
my question all around
disgruntlement,
that.
but then he took old pot roast with him, and Rule built pot roast up to what he is.
Right.
So that was weird that he was willing to leave too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I kind of now that some of the things about finances have come out with Rule like leveraging Penn State and having us have more access to some NIL stuff. Like, is that something that maybe Tony White thought that Lincoln in Nebraska was limited with and may not be getting more money? So then you don't have access to better potential recruits and athletes, as it's been documented. And so then he's like, well, I'm just going to go to greener pastures because it's a talent-rich state and Florida State and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that plays a part in it or not.
It could be. That could be, and maybe he knew what he had. I mean, having Hutmacher and Robinson is, man, he had a luxury there for 2 years, and then looking at that roster and being like, are we going to get these two guys in the portal? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that played a factor as well. Being like, maybe I better just get out while it's good.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know the exact timeline because it's like, well, was the did we know that we struck out on those recruits that we were trying to get?
Yeah.
And then he left, or did he leave first? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the timeline is. So I guess like it just seems strange because nothing ever came out.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right. But I guess he did try. Did he interview for USC the very first year?
Yes.
Okay, so he was kind of.
And then they ended up going with Danton Lynn.
Yep. So maybe he was. I don't know.
It's just weird to me because I would have thought that Tony White would have been the first interview for UCLA this year, and it sounds like he didn't even get an interview.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Florida State defense freaking struggled. Like he may have been. He may if he stays in Nebraska, or maybe if the UCLA job had opened last year, maybe he did. But because of the circumstances of how bad Florida State was this year, no.
Was Foster there
No.
2 years?
Yeah, he had all of last year and then this year.
Okay.
Well, not all of this year, but yeah.
Yep.
He had a full season under his belt.
So you mentioned the NFL path, and we'll kind of get into some potential options for the next defensive coordinator. Does that, with you guys, does that hamper going and getting Jim Leonard with him being in the NFL now the last couple of years? And how much the rules have changed since he left Wisconsin?
It would change. It would be for me personally, but I mean, whenever I look at this type of stuff, I've always been probably on a different mindset than maybe what the norm is, and so like, I can't really speak on the fact that like I don't know what he knows and stuff and how different he'll be because he at least has been in the college game like a lot through history.
Yeah. And he always
like,
had top defenses, and he ran a 3-3-5.
Yeah, and I think that like John Butler is really he's an NFL guy. Like
Yeah.
I'm not sure I consider him and Jim Leonard on the same level of NFL guy, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm kind of I like the idea of Justin Wilcox. Like I want him to run a defense without him having head coaching duties again.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Venables did, or well, what before this year, like Venables was like largely regarded like not a good head coach,
Yeah.
So.
And I think Wilcox is the one name the three of us have continued to bring up since finding out about the Butler firing. Obviously, I've been a big fan of Wilcox all year. I thought he was going to get the Oklahoma State job. and then things went south for him real quick. But I mean, it's something to kind of consider. You brought it up when we were talking about Oregon State and the coaching carousel. He's got 4 guys he can bring with him that would be immediate fixes in that Nebraska defense.
Yeah, like oh my gosh, now it's kind of escaping me. Is the corner one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like they have some good dudes on the perimeter as far as I understood on Cal's defense, like some like NFL.
And then they
type
had an
dudes.
edge rusher.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, he could be bringing a wealth of experience plus some good players. I mean, yeah, obviously the guy knows the conference. Got to be hungry. You look at a guy that probably wasn't expecting to get fired. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So pissed off, something to prove.
yeah,
that's
it's kind of
that's what we need, man.
7-5 at Cal's not a bad deal.
No. Especially after he lost his whole team to the portal last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, like, is it seriously just because you lost to Stanford in the kind of year that they had?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were
that's
looking
one of
for
those
a reason just to get rid of him.
New blood, you know. Like, I just feel like
Yeah.
sometimes, like, you know, this, like, especially in an era where obviously NIL, transfer portal, and then all the money and the conference changes are all changing or have changed. Like, there's a lot of places that are. I mean, look at freaking Vandy in Indiana. You know, like some people are recommitting. They're committing to sports or football for the first time ever. So is Cal are they getting ready to do the same thing? These academic schools, you know, like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wild to me that in 2025, Vandy flipped a 5-star quarterback from Georgia.
It's incredible.
It doesn't make any sense.
But Wilcox, obviously, he's at the top of all of our lists. Wanted to run through a couple other names that have kind of been thrown out there. Start with the one I threw out was Jim Knowles, depending on the situation at Penn State, which we're going to get into here in a little bit. But Jim Knowles, I'm drawing a blank on what was that SMU coach's name? Scott
Simons.
Scott Simons. That's been a hot name. Mark Stoops. I'm not a fan of that one.
No.
Yeah.
Who are kind of some of the other ones that, like, that's the names that are popular. Who are some other guys that you guys would really like, or you would feel like Rule's going in the right direction if he brought him on?
Gosh, I mean, without it, I haven't read anything or heard anything, but Ryan Walters kind of comes to mind. I don't know what, a lot of experience, a young guy. He knows what he's doing.
I mean, head coach in the Big Ten.
Yep. And I know a lot of, Cody, you and I were talking earlier, like, people are saying, oh, my fear that it might be Phil Snow. And I hope it's not. But
I hope it's not.
If you're going to go that route, you better freaking hire Mike Eckler, because you sat here at your press conference today saying how we didn't play with any fired, none of that stuff. Well, you got a guy sitting there that's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And that flipped one of the worst special teams in the country around in 1 year.
To the number one special team.
Yes. He's been coaching. I'm personally probably a very biased pick here, but if we're striking out, there's your guy right frickin' there. I mean,
well, he had success his first time in Nebraska.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like when he left, the Nebraska defense felt that vacancy.
For sure.
And he's one. Quote, I might be wrong. I know he recruited Will Compton. Mm-hmm. He recruited Levante David. I think he was a year, because Sue was a Callahan guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. But Eckler still went out and got David, went out and got Alfonso Dennard, Prince of Mukamara.
Oh, yeah.
Levante David. Like, this guy can recruit. Look what he's doing in Australia right now.
Yeah. And he's been in, I think I read, at the Power 4 level for 21 years. The guy there's nothing he hasn't seen. Been at Georgia.
And this guy
smart.
lives, breathes, and dies Husker football.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you could put that guy he's one of those coaches. He's like Bill Bush. Put him anywhere. Put him coaching quarterbacks. It doesn't matter. He's a football guy, and you can't. We all know college football is just much about emotion and getting these kids to commit every Saturday. That's probably their toughest job. More than
that's the biggest thing. Like, you hit the nail on the head. Like, he has an infectious personality. And so, like, kids are going to just freaking, everybody used to use the expression, like, I've run through a brick wall for Bo Pelini. Well, I'll tell you right now, the kids are going to run through a freaking brick wall for Mike Eckler, no matter what position he's coaching, because, like, he just seems to get the best out of kids.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But I don't know. I haven't heard any. I mean, I know the SMU thing, but kind of just seemed. I know the plan.
At first, that doesn't seem like a very great move.
Right.
Like, there's you can spin it in certain ways, and I know like Colin. This is not to throw shade at Colin it by any means, but like, you can spin anything. Like, if I wanted to say like, well, we should hire Bo Pelini, I could spin it to make it be a little more.
Which the stats Colin brought up were really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you read into him, it's like, okay, this guy is good.
But to me, like, you can give me any stats. I don't freaking respect the ACC, so that's a me issue. But
I think you guys are nuts. I think you're nuts.
What happened when the number 2 run defense?
You can't throw shade. You can't throw shade against the ACC and then still think that Notre Dame's going to win a national title.
Oh gosh, I mean, there's some bias here, but I feel like Notre Dame, they're one of the hottest teams in the country, and might get left out of this thing.
Yeah, because they have. Well, when you pack your schedule with the Boston colleges of the world, like, that's you don't get into the tournament.
I know.
Yeah, that's getting a little out there. So you guys are out on the Pitt defensive coordinator?
Second best rush defense in the country, baby.
No, I was just like the 2 top names in college football have both been locked down, with Blake Baker being retained and then DJ Durkin being retained by Galesh. Have you guys seen DJ Durkin's contract?
I haven't.
He's a defensive coordinator making north of $2 million a year. Like, assistants don't make that.
Yeah, that's good.
Because I thought it was insane when Holgerson went for what, 1.5, 1.6.
I think so.
And I thought that was unheard of.
Man, you always have the freaking figures with coaching contracts. Like, that is something I do not pay attention to. Like, maybe I should, but like, Cody, I can always count on you freaking crunching the numbers on the freaking contracts, because you just rattle those off like it's your job.
Well, it's 3 people. It is Josh Pate, Pete Nakos, and Pete Hamill. I don't get too deep, but
well, and speaking of contracts, like in Nebraska, you got a tight ends coach making $1.6 million. Like, either fire
for 1 more month.
Yeah,
his contract's expired at the end of the month.
Yes, there's some money right there. You're paying a tight ends coach to.
But that's his offensive coordinator salary, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he never got.
I mean, I guess for those that are listening that maybe didn't understand, maybe they don't understand the whole Nebraska thing going on right now, but like, Marcus Satterfield was the offensive coordinator before being demoted, and so he was still making his offensive coordinator pay as a tight ends coach after being demoted when we brought in Dana Holgerson. So just want to clear that up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, is there any more you want to hit on defensive coordinator, or do you want to hop on to some of the stuff that's happened in the last couple days?
You dictate it, bruh.
All right, so the most wild
you guys
timing.
Hear, by the way, you guys hear that chew toy in the background?
Yeah. I hear that. So I'll never understand the timing of the Kleiman retirement today. Why not do this Monday or Friday?
Yeah.
Like, why do it on National Signing Day? And second part of that question is he's only 57. So is this a mutual agreement where, hey, we won't make it look bad. Go ahead, retire. We'll agree on a number and see you later? Because they've already announced that Colin Klein's going to be the next head coach, which, duh, Colin Klein, former Kansas State quarterback. So, to me, it feels like it was a force out situation to get Colin Klein. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Well, he's a Kansas State alumni, so go for it,
Yeah.
Levi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just that shocks me. Like there was no whispers of this, nothing.
No.
It tells me like, yeah, either you've done something that's about to come out. There's a health thing, or some major politics are going on behind the scene there. Because yeah, out of left field.
I think that there was something like, gosh, it might have been 4 or 5 weeks ago. Like he was like in a real like, oh gosh, he came out and said something that was like, okay, the culture here, like, you guys are gonna just throw shade at me and all this stuff. Like before they started kind of winning, like they had went 0 and 4,
Yeah.
you know, and then they were kind of struggling or whatever, and like
And
he
now they're
said,
going to
like,
a bowl game.
Yep.
yeah, like but he had made a comment to the press. It was like in a post game presser or something, or like a Monday press conference that was talking about like basically how fickle fans can be and so quickly. You know,
Yeah.
like you can be really successful and have done a great job your entire career, but the moment something starts to turn opposite of that, even though there's 135 other teams that are also trying to win football games,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, fire him, get rid of him, all this stuff, and then you put the pressure on, and then he's under the cooker, and now he's like, well, screw this, I'll just retire.
Well,
Oh.
I think one of the big ones you can look at in that situation is Kellen DeBoer. Like,
Yeah.
this guy, after the loss to Oklahoma, they wanted to fire him. Like, they want him out the door, yet they're still in the playoffs. You're not getting Nick Saban. Alabama needs trust Nebraska people. We're never gonna get Tom Osborne. We probably never gonna get Frank Solich. We're hopeful to get Bo Pelini. Be happy with what you got. The guy's winning games. Look at the improvement he's made from last year.
Well, people out there, that's the thing. Every fan base wants the best coach, but there's only, during an era, 1 to 2, maybe 3 guys during an entire era. Tom Osborne had what? He and Barry Switzer. I mean, that was about as far as elite guys.
And then you could kind of throw in Spurrier.
Sure, yep, Spurrier. And then we had a Saban era. You know,
Yeah.
Dabo was here a little bit. Kirby Smart was here a little bit.
Pete Carroll had his era.
Pete Carroll had his era. Like, these guys don't exist. I mean,
Yes.
like, there's just a couple of them.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think like I've been on this kick about like I used to say this about wrestling too, you know, like but not to go that angle, but the whole idea like there's 136 teams trying to win
Yes.
football games.
Yes.
Like, you can't all be national champions every year, and we have freaking 25 programs in this country that's like natty or bust, you know, and it's
Well,
like
we know where
you get
16 of them land.
yeah, in the SEC.
Yeah.
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 It's baffling. How many titles did Bowden win? 2?
Yeah,
don't know.
99 and 93, right?
Yeah, that's the 2 I could think of. I didn't know if he had any in the 80s.
No. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
so I mean, Bowden was kind of right there with the Osborne era, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone like Tennessee always wants to be Philip Fulmer. He won 1 title.
1. Yeah.
Right, but see what I'm saying though? Like you get
Yeah.
like, you taste greatness one time, and then all of a sudden it's like we should never not have it.
Well, we talked
That's
about
what they
this
say.
earlier in the year, Kale.
Yeah.
Like Clemson fans wanting to run out Dabo. You're comparing
yeah.
your greatest success to the guy who provided your greatest success.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy thing. They were largely like a 7-5 program
Yes.
forever, forever. And he elevated them to national relevance. Played for 3 national titles, winning 1 or 2. He won 2. Yeah,
too.
so like, it's just like, and then you make the playoffs last year when everybody thought they were left for dead.
Yeah.
Like, and then they just want to. But I kind of get like the point of like where he had all those freaking rants. He doesn't help himself either because you're
Yeah.
allowing those voices put the pressure on you by the way you respond too.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a dude that I would have considered to be an invincible dude in the coaching, you know, in the coaching profession nowadays showed vulnerability,
Yes.
So
Yep.
so like kind of to Levi's point, like there's just not that many that exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's Kirby Smart. I don't even think it's Ryan Day. I think Ryan Day is a product of Ohio State and what their brand is.
Well, Levi,
Personally.
you brought that up the other day. If you want to elaborate on just every Ohio State stays the same.
They do. It seems like Ohio State has been on the same page since the beginning of time. It is just win. Go get the best guys. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's just continuity. We're gonna win. We're in comparing it to Nebraska, like how much bullshit that we have no control of. Harvey Perlman's. The list goes on.
Right.
Mhm.
That shit just doesn't exist. The 1 year that it did, where Tressel got fired, they still had a winning season where they had to sit out, but
Yeah.
and then they go on this crazy run with it.
Well, and then they brought in, was it Fickle?
Technically, they did not have a winning season. They lost their bowl game.
Oh, did
They
they?
went
Okay.
6-7.
That was with Luke Fickle.
But they still went to a bowl.
Yep.
Yep.
They still went to a bowl. Yeah. Who was their quarterback? Craig Krenzel or something? I mean, it was.
Yeah.
No, it was Bowserman because freaking Braxton Miller got hurt in our freaking game at Lincoln.
Yes, that's right. Levante.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
So like we were like ranked in the top 12 and they were unranked and they were just kicking the snot out of us. And then
Yep.
Braxton Miller got hurt and then we made the comeback to win.
Yeah.
And then Rex Burkhead said, "Put the team on my back, hold my dick."
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. There are just those programs that don't allow themselves to go on this mudslide that most do. I mean, Oregon's. You got to say, Oregon's probably definitely one of those.
Yeah.
How many coaching changes have they went through? And they haven't missed a beat. It's just
That's largely true. I mean, like
yeah.
they've beat like that's the Phil Knight money though. Like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep. It's this collective like, yeah, we're here to win. We're here to win. We're not here to play politics. Hire coaches that we have no clue if they're any good or not. It's just go get the best guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like I mean, not to go on an Oregon tangent, but like, they were kind of ahead of the curve when it came to like multiple uniform combinations and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. They were the pioneers in that kind of thing, and kids freaking love that irrelevant stuff when it comes to on the field play.
Yes.
And until Cristobal, because he changed that whole offense, but kids wanted to play in that Oregon high flying, score in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
So I
like
hate
it
to
was
be a
basketball on a football field is what
Yes.
they said. Like the whole like just up and down, like
Oh yeah.
and it
But
was
then
exciting
Cristobal
because it was
changes
new.
the whole offense, and they don't skip a beat. Lanning comes in, keeps that physicality. They change conferences, and they're going to back-to-back playoffs.
Oh yeah. In a dangerous. Nobody's talking about Oregon.
No.
Nobody. It's like they don't.
They might be getting healthy too.
And they are.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and they're getting healthy.
They're getting healthy.
Corey
Nobody
Moore's
cares.
back. Sadiq's back. Evan Stewart. Like,
Oh yeah, they have the run game. They have the defense to make a deep run. I mean, I would not want to play those guys.
yeah.
Yeah, and they might if they end up in that 5 seed, they're gonna be in the best position possible because you get to play a game. You don't have to have a bye. You get to play a game that is basically a bye. So you're still using prep week, and you get the whole
Yes.
like routine of a game,
Yep.
playing Tulane or
But-
North Texas or whoever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to play the 4 seed, which I don't know who that's going to be.
Texas Tech.
Now that's a scary game.
That is.
I would
about
rather
it.
see him in the
Yep.
6 and go against Indiana again than have to go through Ohio State again.
Right, and I guess the 11 and 12 seed this year is going to be basically equal.
JMU. If Duke
Well,
wins the ACC,
well, right, but even if it's Virginia,
yeah.
so I think they said. I think somebody said. I think it was Pate. Pate said today that Virginia would be only be like a 2-point favorite if they were to play, or I can't remember. I think or Oregon would be a 12-point favorite over Virginia, and they would be in like a 15 or 16-point favorite over Tulane or something like that, or North Texas or something like that. So it's not much different.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get back to before we jump into the conference championship games. A couple others. Bob Chesney hired as the UCLA coach, and I want to take this into my next point. What the fuck is Penn State doing? Bob Chesney's in your back freaking yard.
I mean, this is fantastic. As I'm not a Penn State guy, this is
It makes my heart sing.
Yeah.
It is hilarious that they were this close to winning a national title.
Yeah, it almost feels like. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean they just turned their back on this guy. That's a rock solid guy that everybody. It's great. Yeah, you reap what you sow.
I think like
Literally.
I think about how like to me when their scandal came out back in whatever year it was.
Where I was just gonna go.
And and then like of course somebody as good as James Franklin is gonna like take them out from having. I mean, because to me, I expected Penn State to go through like a period of time like basically what SMU has done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then, but they didn't, and so now I'm like, are the football gods finally like enough is enough? We're now punishing you from that freaking thing way back.
Honest question: are they worse off right now than after the Sandusky shit?
Dude, it sure feels like it.
They're in trouble. They're in trouble. I mean,
did you see the recruits?
Yeah,
they have two. Yeah. They had 2 kids signed.
They are ranked one spot higher than Prairie View A&M.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Who is Prairie View A&M? I didn't know they were even D1.
They're in that same conference that Michael Vick coaches in.
Yep.
With Norfolk State, and they're an HBCU.
And then to have your coach, this is like, to go a little off topic, this is like the Giants letting Saquon go to Philadelphia. You let James Franklin stay in your region.
Yeah.
Out recruit your ass. I mean, he's gonna go crazy trying to out recruit you now. I mean,
yeah, and he's probably gonna take half of your roster when the portal opens up.
Oh yeah. They're in trouble. I'm all in now. I didn't really care who they hired, but now I'm all in because it's like, boy, you're getting kind of limited unless it's some surprise.
It's got to be Terry Smith at this point, right?
Gosh.
Yeah, I imagine it has to be.
Might be.
It's got to be him or Joe Brady.
That is so bad. It's not going to be Joe Brady. There's no way it's Joe Brady.
I think he hates college. From what
he hates recruiting, is what I heard.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he's the guy that wants to buy everybody.
Yeah.
Like to me. And maybe Penn State's like, I'm down for that,
when your biggest donor is Terry Pagula, you can probably afford to buy everybody.
Yeah, but that's not a sustainable way for a program to operate, because eventually the funds are going, like the person forking over the money, if it's not working, they're going to be like, well, screw this. I'm just giving away money for a mediocre program.
Or you're going to have the T-Boot Pickens situation where he croaks and now Oklahoma State's a dumpster fire.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, well.
This guy, I don't know.
Yeah. Zane Train.
I feel like Penn State's being taken to the train station, in old Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Oh, they have. Yeah. And what's his name? Pat Kraft.
He might not make it out.
This is a bad look.
Right before we hopped on, did you guys see Colin's text?
No.
I didn't.
Penn State has made other coaches $375 million from contract extensions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because most Kalani Sitake got one today. And
Okay.
that somebody else got one today too. That was Jeff Brom
Okay.
got an extension today.
Yeah, Penn State's been used as leverage for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then they've made it impossible. I mean, say they wanted to hire Matt Rule now. You can't.
No.
$72 million. Yeah, you can't now. Even if you wanted.
No. Well, and if you wanted to, you have to pay a crap load more.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and it's just like, so it's just
Well,
it's bad.
and then you got to think about their backup option was probably Brian Hartline, and he takes the USF job today.
I like when you guys. I think you and Colin, you two and Colin. Did you guys all have Hartline going to Penn State?
I did.
thought so.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Well, I had
like,
Mike
okay,
Elko, but I didn't know this. I didn't know this situation was gonna get this bad.
I'm shocked about Brian Hartline going to South Florida, honestly.
Me too.
I mean, I'm also happy he's out of the Big Ten, personally, as a
Yes.
Husker fan. I'm like, okay, good riddance. You know, like,
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
But it's right back to what we've talked about. Like, it's Ohio State. They just keep rolling it over.
well, but
Well, yeah.
okay. So I know this. I know that the answer to this is probably a bit of both, but it's like everybody has always thrown Brian Hartline's name as the reason why all that talent is coming up there, and he's been there for how long
True.
now?
Yep.
He's been there
Right.
since Tressel.
Okay, so
It's true.
it's like even with Urban Meyer, all those guys, and now all of a sudden it's like your lead recruiter who's been here forever is now finally feeling like he's written like I guess how does that put UCF like in a talent rich
USF.
state that's what I meant. I'm sorry. South Florida, how does that put
Dude,
them into the fold as
he's gonna
and from a
clean
talent
up.
perspective?
Oh yeah.
Right.
You take your
But, like,
ranking. Ooh.
So is that I mean, he's obviously going to use that as a stepping stone, but I'm like, in the meantime,
To Florida State next year.
oh my gosh.
I can see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Come here.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, and I don't know how many of those guys are Florida guys that he's gotten up there. I'm sure that there's quite a few of them, but man, his resume of guys that he's put in the league is unreal.
Come say hi. Come say hi. Look at that little puppy.
Well, and then today, Ohio State, their top recruit, 5-star receiver, I'm drawing a blank on his name, decides not to sign
Okay. Ooh.
because it sounds like he might be going to USF now.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, like Kale said, we're gonna see just how key Hartline really was.
Yeah. Got that dog.
Look at that dog. He's so excited for Notre Dame to win this playoff.
That's what he's saying. He's trying to tell me that freaking Notre Dame's gonna win it. Get out of here. I hate Notre Dame.
I'll tell you, that's better than Hertford's dog. I'll tell you that.
God, Peter.
Yeah, get out of here.
I know
Peter.
you're the biggest Peter fan.
Levi loves dogs.
Oh yeah.
All right. No other big coaching names are coming to mind that we didn't cover on Monday. So if we want to, I didn't get spreads other than what ESPN has popped up. But if we kind of want to get into conference championship games, I'll just kind of go down the list. Friday, the only reason why I'm bringing this game up is Troy plays JMU, and that's at JMU, and JMU is now ranked in the college football playoff at 25. This is key because if Notre Dame wins the ACC, your top 5 conference champions
Notre Dame
are,
can't win the ACC.
No, sorry, Duke. If Duke wins, that's just a shot. Call me Pat Narduzzi. But if Duke wins, ACC not get a team in?
I've heard that. I thought that was I thought there was an automatic bid there, but maybe not.
It's the five best. It's the five highest ranked conference champions, but it doesn't. It's regardless of conference.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
no P4.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you got to leave Duke out of there. You have to.
Bud
Yeah.
Elliott actually had Duke as the 12 seed in his projections. He thinks that there's no way that the committee, if Duke wins, that there's no way the committee would put in both G5 or two G5 teams. Like they would still put Duke in as the 12 and North Texas as the or whoever as the 11.
I kind of want to I want Duke to win only because at the beginning of the year, how much were we talking about Darian Mensah?
Dude, I kept
And then
saying,
he
I was
just
like,
fell off.
no, he did not.
No, like
He didn't
Duke,
fall
sorry.
off.
Duke.
Yes, Duke fell off. Dude, if Duke ends up making the playoff, like I feel completely validated because I had them in. I actually had them winning the ACC at 9-3 at one point in my predictions, and so like now they're just gonna win the ACC as 7-5.
Yeah.
and then they're gonna lose their head coach. Manny Diaz.
Manny Diaz, that's the one name that's still out there.
I mean, they loved him. They loved him. That's about all they have right now.
Yeah, Manny Diaz or Terry Smith. If you're Terry Smith, do you just kind of say fuck you at this point?
Yeah, he probably just needs to go be the head coach of like Incarnate Word or something.
Yeah, so JMU, we all riding them to win it over Troy.
No,
No.
no, give me Troy.
Not
They
so
didn't play Troy yet, have they?
I don't know. But I do have something since we're talking about Troy. Neil Brown was hired at North Texas to be the head coach, the former Troy coach who went to Virginia Tech.
Okay.
West Virginia. He went to West Virginia and got fired.
Yep.
So then we go to the AAC, and this is also Friday night. North Texas versus Tulane.
I love
And this
game.
one is going to the playoff, the winner. And they're both losing their coach.
Yep.
I don't know where to go on this one because
North Texas can't play defense.
Yeah, like this is gonna be one of those. This is gonna be 48-45.
Yes. Like the
stupid like
UCF
that.
Memphis game when Frost left.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Both coaches are coaching, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so this ain't a lane kit. Okay. That makes it interesting.
Yeah. So, how many times have we said this? You can't make picks based off hope. You know?
Yeah.
And I am hoping that North Texas wins, but their defense is so freaking hot garbage that it's like, I have to pick Tulane.
How wild is it? This just came to mind. How wild is it if Tulane makes the playoff and Retzlaff goes to the playoff and BYU doesn't get in after being kicked out of BYU?
That's funny as heck.
I love that.
I'm glad you see. I love it when you bring this stuff up because I wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah.
It just crossed my mind like, holy crap, BYU is going to end up getting left out, and Jake Retzlaff's going to go to the playoff.
Yeah, that's the ultimate, like especially for BYU fans that are just like, you know, good riddance for breaking the honor code, you know, like
because he had sex.
And here's your prize, Jake Retzlaff. Oh, college football playoff time, baby.
I'm gonna go have sex and make millions of dollars in NIL. Go to the playoff. Is this one of those where like? Is this one of those where what's the old saying? First I beat you, then I steal your bitch, or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys know that one? Yeah. Good for Retzlaff. Like, I want Tulane to win now just because of this narrative.
Yeah, that makes it fun. I like
They will. They're the better team. I think.
Yeah.
They're the better team.
And they have good defense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we get into 11 o'clock Saturday, which Kale and I's Saturday is screwed. but
Not necessarily.
I won't be back from York until probably 6. Are you going to
Yeah.
O'Neill?
I have not officially made that call yet.
All right. Anyway, BYU taking on Texas Tech in Arlington, and it was announced today that Jerry World is sold out.
Wow.
So BYU got belt to ass in Lubbock. Now,
Well, it's basically another game. I mean, it's another home game for Texas
Yeah.
Tech, essentially. I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
but
I don't see how BYU flips that script.
I don't either.
I don't either. I'm
The
not
way-
a BYU, but Texas Tech, they're fucking good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So we're all on Texas Tech.
Yep.
3 p.m. Georgia, Alabama. Does Kirby finally beat Alabama?
I think so.
Yeah. Same.
I mean,
Same.
I can't pick Bama. I can't do it.
No.
dude, and GM Miller got hurt at the end of the game Saturday, so he's
Yeah,
out
we know.
again. Like,
They're just not scary, and it's nothing against DeBoer, but right now they're just not scary Bama. They
No.
are vulnerable Bama.
Mhm.
And Georgia is getting better. Georgia has Kirby.
Georgia looks so freaking good right now.
They look good. They look good. Another team you don't want to be playing right now.
And
Agreed.
the only thing is what happens to Alabama if they don't win this.
Okay, so Pate and everybody's like, there's no way, especially Pate. There's no way the Bama's getting left out, and he says Pate's like, there's no way they're not getting. I guess if they lose, he goes, they're not getting left out. But he also said that if they win, that they're guaranteed a top 4 seed. I don't think that's right either.
Me neither.
Like I don't think either of those statements are true. If they lose, I think they're out. If they win, I don't think they're a top 4 seed. I don't see how you can justify that
So
with that loss to Florida State.
Right.
if they lose and BYU wins, I think Alabama's out.
Yeah.
Because they're not dropping Texas Tech.
No.
No.
So
No, you
that's-
can't like and so then it becomes like, well, is it Bama or is it Oklahoma?
Or Notre Dame.
Well, that they may already be out.
Yeah. It's
They're in a tough spot.
Because if BYU wins, and like if BYU wins, all that takes the one team in between Miami and Notre Dame and puts Notre Dame and Miami right next to each other,
Yep.
which means head to head. Then they're gonna flip.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think the same thing is true if Texas Tech wins because you can't leave BYU in between those two teams after a loss.
yes.
So like I think Notre Dame's screwed regardless.
So does your dog.
Yeah,
He's not happy about it.
He's not happy.
But
So
this, I don't even think the committee knows what the hell they're thinking.
No.
So it's going to come down to, I don't know. I just
Did
don't
you
know.
guys Did you see the 16 team playoff? Like what it would look like based off these last? I mean, with the G5s in there and stuff, but like what it would look like. Like Ohio State gets to host a game, and all these top 4 seeds are hosting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that story's coming out anyway.
Well,
Like, those
did you
top
see
4
Diego
seeds not
Pavia
getting to
today?
host a game?
Yeah.
No.
Which we know Diego Pavia is already out there. But he went on bus and was begging Trump to sign an executive order to make it a 16-team playoff this year.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. I'll send it to you guys. It's wild. Which we know Diego's a character. Like, he's Johnny Manziel on steroids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a
So-
wild boy. He's a wild boy. And he's right. I mean, this would have been the perfect year for a 16 team because there truly is. There's not that one team that's just.
Well,
Ohio State's great, but, I mean, Texas 14-7.
this could all be figured out if you take away the conference champion
Mhm.
side of it. because then the two teams that everyone, because you're not getting a G5 and you're not getting an ACC or JMU,
Right.
but still someone's gonna be up. Pate hit on this the other day. No matter how many times you extend it, you're always going to be able to make an argument. Because you go to 16, well then 17, 18 is going to be pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep. And when are we gonna get rid of the conference championship?
I think.
I mean,
it could be this year if BYU, who loses, well, I guess they're not in it. But if Alabama would get knocked out,
if Alabama and BYU, yeah, that would cause.
Well, and this is like I just think that basically, like, why, when you have so many teams in your conference anyway, like this is going to be out there. I mean, because I still don't think, like, when you ultimately come down to it, especially as in the ACC, if they were to add Notre Dame, and the Big Ten, because both of those conferences would then both be at 18 teams.
right?
And so I guess, like, 9 games is still not enough. That's not enough. So, like, the way that I view it, and I actually responded to Kirk Herbstreit on Twitter, on our Main Street Twitter, and I was like, why do we not just play 12 conference games, call it good, and then duke it out in the 16-team playoff, and then have round 1 be this weekend?
Yep.
You know, like, it's not, to me, that solves a lot, but
and quit with this. Well, if this team wins their conference, if they don't win just get rid. Who's the best teams? Who are the best?
I mean, we can't even figure out the conference champions. How is Duke the best to come out of the ACC, and they have the same record as Miami, Louisville, drawn up? There's 4 teams at 5-2 in the ACC.
So,
or 6-2.
If they wouldn't have used if they would use transitive property, I don't think this would have happened.
Yeah.
Which all of you guys hate me when I say transitive property. It's basic wrestling seeding, dude. Common opponent head to head. Common opponent head to head. If there's no head to head, no common opponent, it goes to record. Well, who has the best record? Virginia and Miami. Throw them in there.
That's who you be playing. And no one's going to be. I mean, I don't even want to watch that game. Virginia.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I do, because I love underdogs. There's nothing better than seeing a bunch of Zima drinking, ascot wearing fans from Virginia.
Well, that is our next game.
Like
Virginia.
I'm picking Duke. There's no. I just think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, give me Duke. That sounds fun. It sounds fun. Chaos, baby. Like, let's get some more pissed off people by leaving the ACC out completely. If Duke wins.
That's the one word we have been using all year, chaos.
I mean, just craziness. It's just craziness, The ACC just messes with college football.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They beat the 2 best teams in college football the first couple of weeks, and then
No. Now, the other 7:00 game is Indiana versus Ohio State. Number 1 seed on the line, likely. Well, Diego's put himself in the mix, so I don't know if you can call this the Heisman Trophy game. But
it's the Heisman Trophy game.
Very important, yes.
Yeah.
You can't win the Heisman Trophy and not be in the playoff unless you are a 2-way player.
Lamar Jackson.
There was no playoff.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Diego.
about. He's not in the playoff. You can't
win
it.
No.
Wasn't good enough. Couldn't even beat Texas, who Texas
playoffs,
sucks.
So. Yeah, dude. Diego's putting up insane numbers, though. He's just so annoying. Like, he's going to be hammered. If he wins it, his acceptance speech, it's just going to be a drunk slur of, thank my brothers, we're going to the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
Who is the guy that, who's the guy that was trying to date his mom?
Theo Vaughn.
Yeah, so you think Theo Vaughn at the Heisman Trophy ceremony is going to make out with his mom?
Dude, have you seen where he FaceTime? There's a video out there where he FaceTimes Diego at his mom's house.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
He's the perfect college quarterback. I mean, just
Yeah.
perfect. You got to have those guys. The Johnny Manziels.
Yeah.
It's just, it
Like
makes
even Jameis Winston was at that level.
Oh, yeah. Just a wild boy. You never know what the hell he's
Yeah.
You
Wild
never
card.
know.
I'm gonna go with Ohio State, dude. Their defense is, I don't know how it got better, but it did.
Yep. It's I didn't think that was even possible, and it makes me, but their offense isn't as good. Like I want to see them. I'm super interested in this game because Indiana is by far the best defense that they have seen since week 1. Like which was Texas, and I know that was Julian Sain's first game, but you're in your home stadium too, so like you're in a comfortable environment from an atmosphere standpoint. Like I'm not sure how this goes. Like I really am not. Like I'm my concern is that like I could see Ohio State winning like 14-0. Like that's what I could see. Like I could see Indiana not scoring because they struggle against good defenses.
Sure. Oh hell yes. I want to pick Indiana, but it's so hard to pick against Ohio State in anything.
And Ohio State's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State all of a sudden found a running game last week.
Yep, the two receivers are back. Yeah, they're ready to roll.
Now, if Indiana had 2 D'Angelo Pawns, I would be like,
well,
okay, this is crazy, but they have 1, so you put them on Jeremiah Smith, and then what do you do with Cornell Tate?
And then their third receiver, who's just as good,
Brandon Innes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, isn't Surratt out of this game? Isn't he still hurt?
No, he came back last week.
He did come back last week? Okay.
He's been out. He was out for like 5 weeks, though. 4
Yeah,
weeks.
because I just didn't know he came back against Purdue, which, it's Purdue.
Dude, huge rivalry game.
Yeah. I don't think there's any more.
The Purdue Boilermakers. Big game in Indiana.
Big Purdue Pete.
Purdue Pete banging that drum. So I think that'll be. There you go.
I'm going nuts with these things today.
Yeah, we're at an hour, so I think it'll be a good wrapping up spot. This was a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Levi, you brought out a different side of Kale than we've seen.
Hey, we're having fun. Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, that's been a good show, and we'll see you on Sunday and do our final playoff prediction. Maybe Penn State will have a coach.
Adios, boys.
Oh, yeah.